Here come the boys. Y'all ready to go swimming, baby? Come on. Give it up. Get out of that water. I tried telling y'all, it's swim lessons, baby.
Schnaidt, what's going on, bro?
What's going on, buddy?
Good to see you. Thanks for having me over and doing this, man.
Absolutely. Long time coming.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you. And thanks for repping a classic shirt.
Absolutely.
That's
you know, I couldn't pass up the opportunity.
Now, when we're filming this, we're probably going to bring it out probably 3 weeks from now. But our Broncos, or no, you're Packers guy.
Yeah.
But you like the Avalanche, right?
I started following them a couple years ago when they made their playoff run. I'm not a huge hockey guy, but obviously, living in Colorado for as long as I did and still going back to all the time, you kind of follow the home team a little bit. And it got me into hockey a little bit. And I watched them last year. Unfortunately, I lost in the second round, but followed them through. And now I pay attention and watch them more than I did for sure.
Yeah, that's
before.
Cool.
So yeah.
Well, dude, I gotta say, following you on your whole like Twitch stream and just kind of the way your gaming has come around. I mean, you're a big time gamer, and it's Sim Game Network, right?
Sim Gaming Network. Sim Gaming Network. Yeah.
I mean, that intro you showed me last time I was here was pretty sick.
Yeah, man, it's evolved over the last couple of years. Back in 2019 is when I kind of decided I wanted to try to do something with a YouTube channel, and it started off with just a very generic little intro of just my YouTube channel name at the time, which was Average at Best Gaming, just because I didn't want to oversell myself, and it was just a little graphic of the logo with some music playing in the background. And then a couple years later, I decided I wanted to pay for one. And, growing up, you and I are very similar in age, and growing up, that old Fox Sports intro that would always air, that would just get you so hyped, and would have the different highlights of things that aired, football, NASCAR, baseball, and it would just, he had the music and stuff. It just gets you really hyped. And so I drew inspiration from that and had someone, make that. And then, as I've continued to grow, I was like, I want something a little bit more. And I'm a huge Marvel fan, and the Marvel intro just always gets you hyped. They play before all their movies, all their TV shows on Disney Plus. And I was like, all right, let's just do something like that, but for sports gaming. And so I was able to get that done, and I love it. So
explain to people that are listening, because even I have some trouble with it. Like you and I talk, like I ask questions about all the time about possibly like doing a live stream of me during a Chiefs game, or watch the NBA finals or something like that. Mm-hmm. Explain to people what Twitch is and how Twitch can bring some of those dreams alive.
Yeah, so Twitch is just a live stream service where you can stream yourself doing whatever you want to do. So for me, I stream myself in the game that I'm playing, so people can watch me play in it. So they see a camera of me, and I'm talking to them if they comment, and then they're seeing how I like the game that I'm playing. Other people use Twitch to stream other things. On you got guys, they'll just sit down and just do what we're doing right here, and they'll stream that on Twitch. A lot of attractive women have took it as an opportunity to do like hot tub streams. It's popular, man. They just chill in a hot tub in a bikini, and people want to tune in for that. I mean, hey, more power to them,
We'll have to talk about what those names are after
yeah, for sure. No, but there's a lot of things you can do on Twitch, man. You just need to have a camera, and you just go live, and whatever you're doing, as long as it doesn't break the rules of service, which are pretty obvious.
Right.
You do that, and you just gain a following. People tune in and watch you, and they can watch for free, or if they want to subscribe to you and not have to worry about ads playing all the time, you can make money from their subscription. Or if they want to tip you, you make money off of that as well. So it's a great way to earn a little extra side money.
I've seen you on Twitter, or X now. I've seen you go to battle on Twitter and X about the Madden game. You're not a big fan of... Well, lately, the last couple, but this year you said Madden's making a comeback, right?
Yeah, this year. I mean, the game
because you haven't liked it in the past, and I've talked to you about it, so I know you like the sliders and stuff, and like all that jazz. But what haven't you liked about the Madden games as of late?
So, I mean, I wouldn't. So the word I haven't liked it, I don't know. I'd go that far. There's in any sports game, there's always room to improve, right? In what's bothered me about Madden is that where it's been at the last couple of years has been substantially behind the other video sports games on the market, even other ones made by EA, whether it's their soccer game, their NHL game, you got NBA 2K, you got MLB The Show. They're all so far advanced to what Madden has been giving us as far as potential, considering the consoles that we're on now. And so my frustrations have always been aligned with they're just not doing enough. We're on code that they've been running since the PS4 dropped, so it's 10-year-old code. And although the game looks great graphically, how they operates and the features that are in there are just really subpar. And you can find other videos on YouTube of a lot of other people who are bigger than I make videos on this. But if you look at Madden 2009, right, we're down 125 features from Madden 2009.
Why is that?
They took them out of the game to try to add other new things. We lost as franchise mode. You've been playing Madden a long time. Do you remember playing Madden when you could create your own team and design their own jerseys and team name? You had a stadium creator. Yeah. You had the Tony Bruno show. Yeah. All that stuff got scrapped, man. A lot of it disappeared when they jumped from PS2 to PS3 because that stuff was in PS2 Madden.
Okay. And
when they jumped from PS2 to PS3, new console, they didn't know how to do it. They scrapped it. And the same thing happened when they went from PS3 to PS4. They got rid of all these features when they made the jump. And now they reintroduce the features years later. Yeah. And call them new, but really they're just coming back. Right. You know?
And do you like the Michael Vick Madden in my mind? 04 was the GOAT. Like, dude. But I also liked the practice feature one when they had like the dummies and you would follow the dummies and do all those plays.
Yep.
That's like when you would kick the field goal on the field goal, they had the green. Didn't they have that in this year's Madden?
They brought it back.
Yep,
they brought it back.
So they're showing improvements in that area.
They're bringing back the things that we're missing. But on top of just bringing back the things that they took out from the games from over a decade ago. I mean, this is Madden 24, so your favorite Madden of all time is 20 years old. It's hard to think about that. But even, Madden 05, which is considered to be the greatest Madden of all time, because that's where they added the hit stick to make offense not so, overpowered from the year before where they brought in Playmaker. Michael Vick was your favorite thing with the Playmaker. Yeah. But even then, like, we don't have the Tony Bruno radio show. We don't have they had the cool newspaper articles where you could see what's going on around the league, your team. I even made a video, a couple months ago showing Madden 25, which dropped on the PS4. So it's 10 years old because that would have been Madden 14. All the features that are in franchise mode that aren't in the game now, just from that game.
What do people say online about it when you make those videos?
Well, it's honestly, it's just beating a dead horse at this point. Everyone's well aware.
Yeah.
Everyone knows. I mean, the only people who don't know are the little 10 and 12-year-old kids now who are just starting to get into Madden at the same time we did when we were their age, and they just don't know. But anyone who's 25 years or older, they know.
Yeah. What are you playing this year in Madden? Like, what are you doing? Are you creating your own fantasy or what?
I do. So my channel for Madden on YouTube and my Twitch streams it's all franchise based. So and I know you do this too, man. You take control of the Chiefs and franchise, and you try to bring them their 4th and 5th and 6th Super Bowl trophies and stuff like that, and you go through franchise and play it. But growing up as a kid, we'd do that, but we'd win every game by 30, 40 points, and you'd go through and win. And it eventually got to a point where it wasn't fun because you knew you were going to win.
Blowing everybody out.
Yeah. And so what I do is I create a gameplay experience where that doesn't happen. You're going to have a challenge. If you're playing with a poor team, you're going to have a tough time winning games. And
how do you do that? Just sliders?
Sliders, man. Sliders and settings in the game. Yeah. Sliders, they give you the tools.
Yeah.
So if you have a good team, you'll win more games. If you have a worse team, you'll lose games. And you're not going to take a team that's a poorly constructed roster and go win the Super Bowl with my setup. It's designed to actually make you have to rebuild and go through several years to try to turn the roster around.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's dope. But the one, you told me this before we came on the air, but you said you love 2K.
I do love 2K.
2K is kind of your bread and butter.
Yeah, 2K is
NBA 2K.
Yeah.
What makes you love that game so much?
Well, they give you so much more options for the same thing.
Yeah.
Building a team. They give you Madden, you get there's 11 sliders you can tweak in Madden. 2K, you got about 65.
What? It's that many?
It's so many.
Holy shit, dude.
So you can tweak so much more in the game on 2K. And 2K gives better gameplay anyway, just straight up out the box. But they just give you so much more options and control than Madden. I wish Madden would expand on the sliders and expand on the gameplay options, which they did do this year, which is why I've talked very positively about Madden 24 this year. They did add a lot of things, but there still needs a lot to be done.
Yeah, totally. And what do you do the same thing on 2K, just franchise mode?
Yeah, so I make sliders for people to grab whatever team they want to do and play through a season and try to rebuild the team and go win a championship.
Because you were telling me you and Vita, shout out Josh Vita, the homie. You and Vita play it's like create your own player, but what's that called?
It's called My Career.
My Career, yeah.
So 2K, that's what's great about it. And Madden added it this year too, which is honest. It's called Superstar. They brought it back from Madden 13 was the last time they had it in the game, or Madden 12, excuse me. But so the My Career in 2K is you can make your own player, your height, weight, position, and then you can kind of tweak how you want that player's attributes to be. And then you go in and they have what they call the neighborhood, and you go around and you get drafted by an NBA team and you play. You can play strictly against the computer and make your guy better over time by earning upgrades, or you can play with your friends in a 3v3 or a 5v5 setting, or a 2v2, and you can play with your friends and continue to get better. And in a lot of years, myself and Josh Vita and some other people, we get together and we play that game together just as a group of friends, and hopefully we win. Sometimes, most of the time, say about 50-50, we don't. But, as long as you have a good time and you're playing with your friends, it's a great way to hang out when you all live far apart.
Yeah, it's a good way to keep in touch. And you don't have to necessarily phone call somebody and, hey, what's going on, man? You can do that while you're playing your favorite game. So what sliders, I'm really curious, on Madden, going back to Madden a little bit, what sliders do you change that make the gameplay that much more difficult? Just give us a quick example.
First is finding out what difficulty you want to run on. So there's benefits.
All-pro.
So all pro. So
I'm an all pro guy.
You're an all pro guy.
I'm an all pro guy.
So just so you know, for Madden 17 through last year, I made my sliders off of pro.
Okay.
Not because I'm not good at the game, but because pro gave the best balance.
Okay.
Last year was the first year since Madden 16 that I deviated off that, and I made some sliders for all Madden. Had a good experience. This year I did all Madden as well. But although I'm getting great gameplay, lately the all Madden CPU crap has kind of reared its ugly head and has made me consider going to all pro or even back to pro to get rid of it. So, yeah.
Okay, so do you change the players? You don't mess with player speed or anything like that, do you?
I don't touch the individual player attributes. It's all settings inside the game.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, and people can find this on your... So
YouTube.
if somebody's listening...
Yeah, YouTube.
They search Sim Game Network.
Sim Gaming Network. If you search Madden 24 sliders, I'm going to be one of the first videos that pops up.
And then one of the other things that I want to talk to you about, you showed me in the YouTube studio. So if somebody's listening, they do YouTube videos like I do and you do. That YouTube studio with those tags you can put on are amazing.
Hashtags.
Yeah.
It's just you think of it
but
as...
it's not seen on your description. You know what I mean?
No.
It's just built into the...
Yeah, well, it is in the description if you click more details.
Okay.
But it's not going to be in the title of the video.
Yeah.
It's just in the description.
Okay, that makes sense.
But it's just if you go on Twitter and you want to search something particular, anything that... If you put in that word on, X, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll ever call it X.
Me neither. I love Twitter.
Right. I love Twitter too.
It's the best.
Yeah, it's great. But you just search in anything. So you go on Twitter, X, and you search Derrick Henry, right? Right now he's getting floated around for trade talks.
Yep.
You search in Derrick Henry, anything that listed Derrick Henry in their tweet is going to pop up and you can filter through all of it.
Right.
So you want to do that on YouTube too. So when people search something specifically, if you have that specific terminology tied to your video, then it'll get listed.
Right. Which is huge.
And I think I showed that to you for one of your videos.
Yeah. The brand quality one.
Yep.
Yeah. No, that was clutch. I think just YouTube is so do you believe in shadow banning at all? No. You don't think that's the thing?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just think those videos suck? People say I'm being shadow banned.
People claim they're being shadow banned, but I think they're just making excuses.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I really think so. I mean, I'm a relatively small channel for YouTube, and I know every single year there's the same videos that I pop or drop are going to do very well viewership wise, and then all the other videos that I try to drop, I don't know, they're hit or miss, but it's easy to know what's going to do well, what's not going to do well once you've been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
So I don't really think they're shadow banning.
Right. You just kind of catch a rhythm as as what's going to go and what's not going to go.
Yeah.
What's next for you, bro? What's next for the network?
So, with these developers for EA, Madden, 2K, they're constantly dropping updates and patches. They're trying to improve the game throughout the year for everybody. And a lot of times they can do that. Sometimes the updates they drop break something in the game.
Yeah.
And so I'm constantly making sure that my sliders and settings are providing the best gameplay. So sometimes I have to drop updates. A lot of times the slider set you drop in September for Madden isn't going to be playing well after they've patched it 8 or 9 times come February.
Mm-hmm.
Same with 2K. So I'm always continually updating the sliders and settings to make sure the gameplay experience is great. And then when I'm not doing that, I'll stream my franchise, whatever team I'm using, so people can see the gameplay in action and see how I do it and see if it's something that wants to pull them in.
Who are you using right now?
For which game?
For Madden.
Madden, I'm using the Los Angeles Rams, but I relocated them back to St. Louis.
Ooh,
rocking
nice.
the Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk. The first Super Bowl, they're wearing the same color schemes they are now, but the ones that they went when they lost to the Patriots.
All right, who's your QB? Stafford?
So Stafford's QB, and then I traded for Trey Lance.
No.
Yeah, to be the future.
Did you start? Is Trey Lance playing?
No. Well, he's playing now because Stafford's hurt.
Okay.
But I gave Stafford the go.
What'd you trade for Lance?
It was like a 4th and a 5th round pick. It wasn't much.
I do like how in Madden those trades are. It's sometimes hard to pull off a trade.
It is.
They're very realistic.
And they give you trade settings for the first time ever this year.
What do you mean?
You can make the trade difficulty harder or easier. They finally gave us that option. Yes.
So what are you at? Hard?
The hardest.
Ooh. I mean, sometimes they get a little ridiculous. Like you know how they have that meter where it's like, no, yeah, getting closer, yes.
And half the time that meter doesn't even mean anything.
What do you mean?
You can definitely submit a trade where it says they're not interested and they'll accept it. But there's also times where it's going to be very, very high and they won't accept it.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
So you just got to play around with it.
Where they have the team wants and like a right guard, middle linebacker. So you give them that plus first round pick. It's like, oh, this is good, but we're going to pass.
Yep.
That's the shits.
You just got to play around with it. But they have the trade finder in there now too. Oh. So if there's a player that you want, you just go into a trade and you go grab that player, and instead of offering them anything and trying to figure it out, you just press triangle on your controller or Y if you're on Xbox, and it'll find out the trades that the CPU would want, and it'll give you a multiple list of different options that if you offer that to them, the CPU will accept the trade.
Have you ever thought about working for like EA Sports or trying to get a job with them?
Every dang day.
Both
them and 2K. Well, it's not easy. They have to want you. Now, EA has hired several people who have done content creation who work for them. So he doesn't work for them anymore. But Swami was a franchise streamer for Madden for a long time, and he got hired on to redo their scouting. And he worked on their scouting, dropped it, and then he left the company last year.
Did you say why he left?
He didn't announce why he left, but I mean, I think a lot of people just felt like what he did with scouting wasn't really
up to par.
Right. I hate the scouting.
Really?
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. They hired Deuce Douglas, who's another franchise guy. He's been dropping concept videos, or Madden needs to do this videos for a decade, and they finally hired him to come in and add all this stuff to franchise. We just haven't seen it yet. So we're kind of wondering, are they even letting him do anything?
Yeah.
But they've definitely hired guys from the community to come in there and give their ideas and their vision and try to make things happen. But ultimately, it's not up to the devs, because the devs have a lot of the same visions that we as the players do. It's the corporate people above them, because they always follow the money.
Right.
And where's the money in EA?
Right.
Ultimate Team. Yeah. Yep. And so you can't invest a bunch of time and resources improving features in franchise mode if franchise mode doesn't make them any extra money.
Right. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, at the end of the day, what I found out pretty cool, because I play a lot of Call of Duty, And I don't know, do you play that at all?
I used to.
Used to?
Yeah.
They have this new map, and anyways, the map, it's like at night and there's ghosts and shit, and it's really fun. But like the gaming community that I know, like me and my cousin play a lot, kind of like we are talking about earlier, we catch up through it. It's a pretty tight knit group, and I don't know if that's because they like, because I'll just get random people that add me, and then when they see I'm on, they liked me, and they you know, I actually talked. They'll like want to play. Yep. And then it's like boom, boom, and then you create this weird friendship that
absolutely,
you know, is you'd never seen coming, and you find out, hey, this guy's pretty cool. This is Tyler from South Carolina. He's dope. He's probably some 50-year-old guy who yeah, you know,
who cares? Don't know. Who cares, man?
Yeah, it's cool.
It's great to meet people who have the same interest in you, who are kind and want to like play with you. Like whether you meet them in real life or not, doesn't matter. I've met some amazing people virtually through Twitter and my YouTube videos, and I call them friends. Like their number's in my phone. Like I have them on social media. Have I ever met them in person? No. But do they talk to me and try to support my channel and help me out and just, you know, be an actual friend to me? Absolutely they do.
That's
great.
Badass.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen those videos on social media where it's like my surprise my boyfriend by having his game buddy fly in?
Oh yeah.
And then they just meet each other and they're like, who's this guy? And then he talks, it's like, oh, it's you, Brandon. You know what I mean? Like that's pretty cool. I like those videos.
Those are great. I mean, what I don't understand is how those people have never like seen what the other person looks like.
Right.
Like you aren't friends on social media.
Yeah.
How did this girlfriend get the contact information to fly this person out?
Yeah, that's
if you're
that's
not even on
point.
social media. You know, I don't understand that. Like I know what all the people that I talk to consistently what they look like. So, yeah, I think gaming's a great thing.
I love it too.
There's so many people who want to rag on people who game, but it's like, yeah, you have a small initial startup investment for the console, and then a couple investments yearly for the games that you want, but ultimately you're at home being safe, having fun, spending time with people who are nice to you or that you get along with, versus being out and about, spending money, doing whatever, potentially getting in trouble,
getting drunk, doing
whatever
crazy shit.
Yeah. Or just, you know, being around people who might be bad influences on you.
Yeah, no, totally. The other mutual interest that we have that is really becoming not a nasty habit, but it's like becoming a big thing for me is cards.
Oh God,
dude. Yeah. I just saw, we were talking about breaks earlier and I saw your big stack, and I was telling you how I like NFL, and you're like, bro, NBA is the move.
NBA is the move.
There's less rosters, there's less roster spots, there's less rookies, there's less this, less that. And I did after you told me that, I went and bought some NBA cards, and then I got a really nice Anthony from the Timberwolves.
Anthony Edwards,
like splash. It's had a splash kid rookie card. It was dope, and I looked online. It was only worth $40, but still,
on $40 ungraded. Grade that sucker.
Like I'm an NBA card guy now. I love the NFL. Don't get me wrong, but like you said, it's so. I don't know if watered down is the right way to put it, but it's so like there's so many players, there's so many rookies, there's so many like all this shit going on. Whereas like you said, NBA, you get so much. You know, there's only like 16 people on a roster, maybe 17.
They're allowed to carry 16, but typically you have 14 active or something like that. But you think about it too, though, with the NBA, you have 31st round. They only have 2 rounds for draft picks.
Right.
Majority of the time, second round draft picks don't turn out. It's becoming a lot more. They're becoming a lot more viable these days. But for the longest time, your top, only your lottery picks were really going to be decent, and even then maybe the top 8 of the lottery were even going to be worth it. And then you've had some absolutely insane busts like Anthony Bennett, and you've
Timberwolves.
You've had just a lot of, well, he got drafted by the Cavs, but
that's right.
There's no guarantees in the NBA, but a lot of times it's very, very top heavy. And the NFL is, you have 7 rounds. You got guys that are just becoming superstars that are drafted in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, all the way to the 7th round. Like Brock Purdy's turning out great as the last pick in the draft. Brady was a 6th round pick. You know, you got a lot of these top tier wide receivers.
Isaiah Pacheco, running back for the Chiefs, Rutgers, last 7th round pick.
And the thing is, as good as he is, his cards aren't going for anything because
no, they're not at all.
Because unless you're like setting records or elite in the NFL, you're not. They don't care. And even if you're elite for a couple years, like go look up what a Derrick Henry rookie card is. I mean, there's variations of them, and some of them will be worth more. But even a guy who's going to go to the Hall of Fame, like Derrick Henry, his card isn't. They're not even worth that much. Because it's a quarterback driven league. The only NFL cards that are really worth it, in my opinion, or money that you're going to get money for, are like these surefire Hall of Fame quarterbacks that are really good rookies, like a Pat Mahomes card.
Mm-hmm.
They're insane. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Lamar Jackson, rookie cards for him. You get these guys like Jalen Hurts, stock keeps going up. You get quarterbacks that, play 15 years now easily, or running backs are 8 to 9 years, receivers are 9 to 10. Their careers are so short. It's all quarterbacks in the NFL, man. In NBA, it's not. You get, and guys can just explode out of nowhere that you just wouldn't expect.
Didn't you just get a big Luka card?
Oh, I got a Luka card back when he was a rookie. Yeah, I have a really nice Luka card that I've been sitting on. I need to get it graded.
How much do you think it's worth?
Well, according to eBay, ungraded, it's about $450. But
holy shit, dude!
Yeah, it's a blue optic velocity. Luka
you gotta
rookie.
send that in.
I know. At the time, that was when sports cards started to pick back up, and the turnaround for getting grades was like 9 to 10 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was worried that something would happen to it in the mail, and I just wouldn't sit on it. But I mean, I got Lamar Jackson rookie cards, I got Kevin Durant rookie cards, I got Christian McCaffrey rookie cards, and you go through and you compare. Like, I have some really, really nice NFL cards for some big name players, and they're worth half what my NBA cards are.
So you're gonna stick to just buying NBA mostly for now?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Have you ever done a live break on your Twitch?
I have. I've done it, not on Twitch. I just started streaming on Twitch here in the last 7 months, and always was YouTube. But I've done a couple breaks for some MLB cards, which are also very valuable. But like the NFL, a little bit harder to get because you have nine guys on the field, plus you include the pitchers and the bullpen. So you got yourself a much bigger spread to try to find someone decent. But I did a couple live breaks, some uploads on YouTube. Didn't really get the viewership that I was looking for. The people that watch my channel aren't really into that. So I didn't pursue it like I could have. Maybe I'll get back into it. But
do you think I had to do a podcast with Miss Behaven, who was a Twitch person. And now she's like blowing up, and she has an OnlyFans and stuff, which there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But like she was doing a Twitch stream of her with the camera on her, and she was just watching random like keeping up with the Kardashians or like shit like that. She would just watch a TV show, and people would pay to watch her watch TV
and get her reactions.
Yeah.
And have her respond to them every now and then. I mean, I don't know who she is, but if she's a good looking girl, there's a lot of people who will like want to comment, and if she responds to that comment, it's like they're having a conversation with her.
Exactly.
And they will pay for that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like she was telling me, she like every stream she did, she was making a pretty good chunk of change.
Yeah.
And like to the point where it would just be like, if she was, she has her screen there and stuff, and they just send like $20 to her. She'd be like, "Hey, what's up? Tommy Tom's 34," and then another $20. What's up? It's just crazy. But in the back of my mind, I wonder, like, I hope that Twitch stays around for a while, because I feel like, especially for a person like you and me, I think it'd be a very viable thing. But at the same time, do you think this will last?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because we're just going more and more into technology.
You think this is just the beginning?
It's just the beginning. You look at all the other places, like there's competitors, like Mixer came out. It ended up failing, but they spent a lot of money to try to get, like, I think Ninja signed a contract with them. And now, And now Kick is like the new platform coming out. Those are good platforms. A lot of people that stream on those stream from PC, not really console. I mean, you can do it from console, but it just takes a little bit more work. But YouTube isn't going to go anywhere. I mean, with the addition of shorts on YouTube, that's not going to go anywhere, and people live stream there. And now you have TikTok, and you can do live streams on TikTok. And although I don't really TikTok, I created one for my channel and just post highlights, not of anything that I create videos for. But apparently they have like TikTok battles. And
really?
Yeah, and the way a TikTok battle works is you or someone do this battle, and people go in and they just donate money to you, and whoever wins the battle wins the money. And you can win like $5,000-$6,000 just doing TikTok battles.
I wonder what the battle's about, or what.
I have no idea. I just learned about this.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
TikTok's blowing up.
It's absolutely insane.
And they got me. They got me.
They got you.
Well, because like I like I hate to say this, but I like really funny videos.
Mm-hmm.
I like sports shows,
Mm-hmm.
and I like women.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
all in my like thing. Like I'll be scrolling and I'll see like the funniest fucking video of like
Yeah.
There's this guy, he was rollerblading with like 50 people rollerblading behind me, and the second person ate shit, and they all ate shit, and I'm dying laughing. Next one's like a Tyreek Hill highlight video. Third one's like Miss Sports Illustrated bikini model. I'm like, dude, this app is the shiz.
Well, it picks out your algorithm, the 3 things you
I
like,
know,
it just give you boom, boom, boom.
They just suck you in though.
Yeah.
And then you're scrolling, and it's like, oh, hey, here's a live stream of a card break. This guy card breaking.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do they know this?
Yeah.
You know, and I was talking to a friend of mine who I won't name because he probably doesn't want it out there, but there's a guy called No Dak Breaks, and he loves them. And I was looking at him last night. He's out of Minot, North Minot, lives at the Air Force Base, does all these great breaks, and he's got like a shit ton of followers, and he just runs his business on TikTok. That's all it takes.
Yeah. It's all it takes.
Kill him. I can't believe it.
You literally got to get a couple videos that blow up and get people to draw interest in you. And then the more and more people that watch your videos, it's weird how the algorithm works. So you can drop an amazing video.
Yeah.
Perfect video that 1 million people will like. But if nobody watches it, YouTube stuffs it in the background. So even if you have the tags right, it won't pop up. But that's why everyone, whenever you watch a YouTube video, they ask you to like their videos, because the like ratio gives them the algorithm that improves its pop-up when you search it, or its recommended video. And then the views do the same thing too. So that's how you ever wonder, you watch YouTube and people call it going down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
You go from one video and then there's a recommended video that pops up and you're like, oh my God, and you just go and go and go. Well, those videos were recommended because so many people liked them and watched them. And so they get recommended to you for that. And you just get drawn down this rabbit hole. And you're like, I don't know how I ended up watching aliens in Antarctica when I started watching, this restoration video of an old gun or something. Like, it's just crazy, how YouTube works. But TikTok's the same way. And it's crazy. I refuse to download the app because...
Oh, you don't have it yet?
I don't have it. I run TikTok strictly off my computer.
Really? For
my YouTube channel only, because I know, like you, I will spend hours on that thing.
Dude, I'll sit down, like I go to bed like 10:30, 11, and I'll have an NBA game, and I'll sit down like 9:30 on my couch, and I'll scroll what scenes for 15 minutes. Dude, it's 10:45. I'm like, what the? And the game's almost over. I'm like, I just got sucked in.
Yeah. It's like what Vine used to do to you.
Yeah, Vine was the GOAT, dude.
Vine was great. Vine. I mean, think about that. 6-second clips.
Yeah.
And TikTok, you can have like 5-minute videos. And you go part 1, 2, or 3. Like, it's crazy. I've seen some amazing things. I have several friends that'll send me TikTok videos and I'll watch them. I just don't download the app. I just open them in the browser. And
yeah.
I'm like, this is amazing content. Like,
it's good.
There's some great stuff. Like,
it's really good.
I appreciate them. They sent me the Bill Burr speech on, Bill Burr's hilarious anyway.
He's one of my idols.
Yeah. Like his hilarious bit on, the pay discrepancy for NBA with the WNBA.
Yep.
Like that bit, I've watched
that is
it.
Good.
I've watched it probably 1,000 times. I'm not even joking. And I laugh every time. Like it's just great. Like,
have you ever seen his speech about when he's called Starving Comedian? Dude, it's one of the most inspirational things. He's like starving comedian, and then he goes, I was doing like pop-up spots for like $5, and he goes, I came home one night and I was dancing in the kitchen just because I got to do a spot, and my girlfriend at the time was like, I want to find a job where I get paid $5, don't make any money, but I'm dancing in the kitchen at the end of the night. And Bill Burr just talks about how it's hard at the beginning when you're a comedian, and he does such a good job, and now look at him, dude. He's one of the best in the world.
Yeah, he is.
I'll send you that video here afterwards.
Yeah,
You'll love it.
And he got to go be in a couple episodes of The Mandalorian. Like,
yeah, well, he's done a few movies too.
Yeah,
he's good. Well, shit, man, we've been in this about 35 minutes right now. I know you got to go here in a little bit, but one thing I ask everybody on swim lessons is allow people who listen to this episode take some with them. I know, Chris, that like not every day is the best day. You have to kind of go through some rough patches. Swim lessons is kind of like overcoming those rough patches. So what would you tell people that maybe they can take a page from your book on overcoming the tough times?
Man, it's overcoming the tough times. It's definitely it's definitely a challenge, you know, but as cliche as this sounds, finding positivity in anything can do it for you, because there's been a lot of times where I got really frustrated with my channel and the fact that I wasn't growing, even though I get these videos that get 90, 100,000 views, but my subscribers weren't subscribing. They were watching my content without subscribing. And that still happens all the time now. But staying positive with the fact that, hey, you're still getting those people to watch. What can I do differently to make them want to subscribe? And just finding the positivity in just being happy with the success you're making, even if it's not the success you are ultimately going for, you know, as long as you're making a little bit of progress, stay positive. You know, like my goal, 2019, when I did this in September 2019, my goal was to one day hit 10,000 subscribers. So we're now at the end of October of 2023. So it's been 4 years and I'm on the cusp of hitting my goal. It's taken 4 years of countless hours editing, making content, uploading, just promoting my stuff. And it's taken 4 years to just get 10,000 people to click subscribe to my channel. Yet to me, that's a huge success.
Yeah.
Other people's might want to look at me like that's a failure. It's taking you that long. But to me, I wasn't expecting this to turn into even what it is now.
Right.
So I'm just
man.
thankful and grateful, and try to stay positive whenever you can, because there's always
little W's.
There's always a little W, and you just cling on to that and keep pushing.
Well, I like that, bro, and I'm really happy that you're my friend. Thanks for all the help you've done for me.
Absolutely.
Where can people? Just a quick plug. Where can people find you again?
So if you search on Twitter, Sim Gaming Network, YouTube, Sim Gaming Network.
Sim Gaming Network.
Yep, and then Twitch, Sim Gaming Network.
All right.
Yeah.
And
so
soon TikTok, Sim Gaming Network.
Sim Gaming Network on TikTok as well. We got a Discord as well with a great community. If you are into sports gaming, man. It doesn't matter what sports game. We got a huge community. We got over 2,200 people in the Discord.
Ooh.
And that's Sim Gaming Network as well.
Dude, awesome.
So yeah, man.
Hell yeah. Well, I appreciate it, bro, and looking forward to game with you here in the future. And thanks for doing this.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for having me.
That's it. Thanks, everybody.